happening? Getting set up, getting set up. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. But today's episode is going to be sort of it's going to be a rant. We ranting. So we go for it. All right, so while I get adjusted, my apologies. Today's watch is watch that I just posted to Watch Crunch, and this is my Hamilton Khaki King. And what's going on, Tony White, man? Bro, what's happening? I'm not gonna be here that long because this is going to be sort of a review rant, and yeah. So let's jump into it, man. I ain't gonna waste no time. Y'all know I do a lot of research. Y'all know I love watches. Y'all know I go back and forth with so much stuff. Man, it's loud in here today, man. It's jump. It's lunchtime, so everybody's coming in the spot. But if you are like me and you do your research and you're trying to see, all right, what's the next watch, or just trying to find information out about like certain pieces, you're gonna go and look at some credible sources, I would imagine. But sometimes credible sources turn into like I'm like, what do y'all want when it comes to watches, man? So I don't care if it's Rolex, I don't care if it's Omega, Breitling, Vacheron. I promise you, there's going to be some type of complaint. There's going to be something, and get it. I get it. People that's experienced the watch, you wore it and you feel it like, hey, it doesn't fit right on my wrist. I have a such and such wrist or whatever. It just doesn't flow. But sometimes I'm looking at these watch reviewers and I'm like, dude, you're looking at the watch from still pictures and then videos, and then some of these watches are embargoed, so you don't have it. And I'm hearing like, well, if the watch had this, it'd be perfect. Or if the watch had this colorway, it'd be perfect. Or if the dimensions were tapered a bit. And I'm like, bro, you ain't even got the watch in hand. How can you honestly say that, bro? As a watch reviewer, how can you sit and say, yeah, man, that watch is trash or this, that, and bro, for real, man? Like, there was a few watches I was looking at, right? And I passed on them, listening to a watch review. This is a couple years ago. I was like, you know what? He may be right. I'm gonna just keep it moving. And went to a watch fair and actually put the watch on. I was like, yo, this watch is actually pretty nice. It's really nice. I like this watch, man. I was like, hey, I've had an opportunity to get in this, man, and I'm stupid listening to the YouTubers. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of videos without watching him. Whoo, bro, what's going on, Eric Mack? Jay Jones, who is Angel? What you do, Angel? Are you a watch reviewer? So, I have a couple of watches here, right? I got a couple of watches, and I showed these watches before. And I'm going to tell you this, and this is just honest opinion. So, I showed this watch yesterday, right? The Nomadic Mirai 401. This has no history outside of what Peter and his team has brought to horology, or the watch world. Speaking of which, we're going to talk. I actually wrote it down. The definition of horology, and we're going to see how close to these people that are putting watches out come close to horology, which we already know. Some of us already know the answers. Others may combat it, but whatever. This watch, since I've had it, I saw a review saying that the watch is too sharp to feel. So like if you run your fingers across the actual, like it does, it's catchy, right? You can feel how sharp that, it's very pronounced. You see that satin brushing on it just by the soft light hitting it. I think there's just a great look to it, man. So it's like in light, it's gonna catch. But I'm all into the aesthetics of this watch. And then you get into how it feels. They went through that painstaking, process of looking at what the customer was saying. So originally, what the 2023 model of this, I think came in at 49 millimeters lug to lug. This one is like 48 or just under 48 millimeters lug to lug. They took away the ghost date for those kids. I do like a date on my watch, but I do have a number of watches that I don't want to date. So that's the fun about looking through watch reviews and people that get watches in hand and show you this is what the watch is. And if you want to, if you think it's nice, get it. If you can go to an event, go to an event so you can put it on and try it on. But like this watch, I would say hands down. And I'm answering a question that was asked to me last night by somebody that's actually, I think he just went to work. He asked me if I had a three watch collection, or if I had to dwindle down to three watches, what would be in your collection? That's very hard because I have a number of watches, man. And if I was thinking about it, like this would be the green, no question. I would definitely have to keep this watch. Another watch that I would have to keep in my collection would be this one right here. But here is the bad thing about glycine, right? The lug is 50 millimeters. That may not work for somebody with a wrist like if you've got a 6.5 inch wrist, because I'm telling you, it's gonna drape over. But the one thing about watch reviewers or YouTubers, they don't get or realize that it's not just Invicta collectors, the Aragon. There are diesel collectors. There are people that love watches, and they're Breitling. You know how big Breitling is on the wrist, but it gets loved because it's Breitling. Some people don't care about the overhang. Some people don't care that the watch, like on wrist, is going to come all the way over. And the average person will look, or I guess enthusiasts will look like, oh, that looks sloppy. But would you actually tell that person it looks sloppy? Somebody may try to prove a point if you're with somebody that has the same type of thought that you do. But like, for the most part, people are not going to disrespect you by coming up like, hey man, your watch too big, it looks crazy, it looks stupid. Case in point, T. White is in the building. We went out to DC Times. He had on his Invicta. He had one of, not the largest Invicta, but he had a pretty sizable watch. And the vendors there were like, yo, what is that? That watch is humongous. They was like, bro, can I see that watch? And they tried, Mark, I imagine his name is Mark. I hope his name is Mark, for Mark Time Watches. He took T. White's watch and looked. He said, dude, how do you wear this? This thing is huge, man. Like my wrist, and I can't remember what his wrist, I think it was under 7 millimeters or whatever, or 7 inches around circumference. And so we just, I don't know, man. It is watch collectors. We have something set in mind. It's an enjoyable thing, I imagine. But then I'm looking at watch reviewers, and like, as lately, there were a few watch reviewers that voiced their opinions about how they want, the industry to change, trends that need to go away. So, dare I say Rolex again? I want to say Rolex, so it's not clickbait, because I actually used a Rolex on. Quiet down. I used a Rolex in the thumbnail and an Omega, so I don't want this. Like, hey man, Trap, I don't have a Rolex or an Omega in my hand, in possession. I just got a bunch of microbrands and brands that you can't deny. Well, I guess you can deny because people do. Take this. Let me take this off for example. Hold on. Trap wearing an Aragon. You're wearing an Aragon anti-gravity. Okay, yeah. I have 2 of those in my collection. Trap, do you think when you wear a suit, does your watch have to have a calendar on it? No, not necessarily. No, Jay. I've worn when I go to church, bro. And so for twice a year, I'm actually wearing my suits and stuff at church because I'm a part of the greeting team. And I wear my dive watches with my suit. I just go for it, man. I'll throw on my Invicta Pro Diver with the diamonds on it. I wear that. Just this past, now this gets away with it. You know what I'm saying? Great to see you in Chicago. The WhatsApp is going off right now. So this one, y'all know, I've been rocking. This watch has been with me every other day, if not every day. I've had it, like I just took it off. I went to sleep in it last night. What is this? 20, hold on. I can't remember what movement it is. I know it's at a base. I got it written down here somewhere. 2895-2. chronometer certified, right? And I'll wear that. But yeah, you don't have to necessarily wear a calendar, bro, to answer your question. You didn't ask me all the other stuff, but I just want to get into it. But yeah, man. So, getting back to this. Now, as you guys see, the 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock is cut off because of the date, right? I do remember watching a few reviewers where they said this is like a terrible design because those numbers are cut off. But you already know the orientation of your watch, and considering how else would that work? How else would that work unless you shrunk the font down? They gave it more. I don't know. I don't know. I don't design. And let's see, what is the definition of horology as we scan over here? Horology is a scientific study of time and the art of making instruments that indicate time. It involves design, constructing, maintaining, and repairing clocks, watches, and other timepieces. Horology is a specialized field that combines both technical and artistic aspects. Case in point, let's bring in the next micro brand. Boom. That right there. This is the only thing I got tagged in my description section right here. Why? Because I like Visitor. I like Visitor. I like Visitor as much as people talk about Rolex and they like Rolex. This is how much I like Visitor. I think this is one of the best micro brands in the world. I like the leather strap, and I'm not even a leather strap guy. I prefer bracelets, and this was asked of me before, what is my favorite? And I love these. Because this isn't the original. It was the H-link bracelet that came on this watch. So going back to the glycine, what is wrong with the glycine? In my opinion, I don't have anything negative to say about this watch. Nothing at all. Here, hold on, let me see. I'm 42 millimeters. 10.5 millimeters. Did I do that right? Yeah, 10.5 millimeters tall. The crown, 7.6 millimeters. Lug to lug is 49.8 millimeters on the lug to lug. And yes, it is long. And yes, it is a 60 click bezel. It's really, has a low thud to it. It's not as audible, but it's very comfortable. And then if you look up here, you see at the 12 o'clock, you know you're at the true 12, just the way, man, it's designed. It aligns up perfectly. The lume on it is okay. It's not the best, but it is okay. Once it is lit up, it's good. It's good. Again, not the brightest, but it's okay, because guess what? As I'm going through my watch journey, I'm going to see who has the best lume. And I'm going to tell you who has the best, like one of the best lumes. Zelos has great lume, but Phoebus lume is ridiculous. If you've never experienced Phoebus lume, crazy. It's crazy. I'm going to tell you another one. Jack Mason. Pretty good lume. What's going on? Noctua watches in here, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you being in here. Nerd with swag. What's happening? Noctua watches got good lume, and I ain't even seen it. I just seen it online. I just thought I'd put that out there, man. Since you in the chat, you bring it back to my memory. But and even with your watch, bro, I know that your watch was reviewed, and the biggest complaint people had was the price. Hey, and like I said on yesterday's live, bro, you have to compete with everybody else that's in there. But you still, I give credit to the men and women that are making watches, right? Even like Chinese watches, man. Like some people give AliExpress a hard time. I do have an AliExpress piece coming in. Hopefully it'll be here by next week. I did this for my members first. I have a watch here that came in this. I will give you this. I bought it off Amazon, and it came in this box. Anybody know this box? Y'all know that it's a cheapo, El Cheapo watch. But it was fun. It's a fun watch. I said, man, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna give it away, but I'm gonna get your takes on it. But the people that's members, you guys get to see it first, and I just put my artistic spin on the watch. But let's get back into Um, yeah, it's a rant. This is a rant. It's a rant. And I'm feeling some type of way today. Oh, crap. I'm feeling like, where's my watch at? Yeah, we're going to be here for another 15 minutes. So buckle in. Yo, Vic, what's going on? Trap, you know that mesh bracelet makes a difference in the weight of the. Yeah, it does. It does. But you know what? One thing that I love about the mesh bracelets is how the light hits it. And I love the feel of it, man. I just love the feel of it on my wrist. It is amazing. And granted, yeah, it is lightweight. But it's just for me, it's just the feel of it, man. I love the feel of it. And there was a watch review, a female type that she did a review on Lorenzo, right? Which I have to check that out at one point. I'd love to get my hands on Lorenzo just to look at it. But in her review, she stated, I really don't have anything negative to say about this watch. Talked about the feel of it, talked about the appearance of it, talked about the durability and all this other stuff, and kept it moving. I didn't hear her say anything negative about the watch. And that doesn't make the watch perfect, because it can't be perfect, because it's not going to fit on you the same way it fits on her. Right? It's not going to give you the same vibe. It's not going to get, it's just not. And that is another aspect of why you can't find a perfect watch. But then when you get that watch and you throw it on, you're like, yo, this watch is perfect for me today. So for example, when I'm working, I have gravitated to this. Now, this watch right here, of all the watches I have right now, I'll show you another watch that I have. I don't know if you guys seen that Zelos G1 that I was talking about yesterday. Yeah, that one. But Zelos has just undeniable value in the watch community. Undeniable. So I could run through specs with you. I can just say, hey, this watch is the best thing since sliced bread, but I know how it feels on my wrist. I know how I feel by looking down at it. And I'm like, this watch is perfect for me to wear. But this watch is perfect for my everyday. If I don't do nothing else, if I don't wear nothing else, it's going to be this one right here, this right here, definitely this one. Definitely this one. No exhibition case back. You know what I'm saying? And what's funny? I was looking at, you got SEALs, the combat SEALs, like those SEALs fight. You see, they're looking at their weapon. I was like the play on words. I think that's dope. But this watch to me, man. So there's a couple of things. It gives me a vintage vibe, right? It reminds me of like the clocks that back in the 80s, they used to be either in hospitals, sticking out the wall, or in grade school. We're talking about 1980s. That's what this watch reminds me of. And then the dial, chalkboard black, simplistic in this nature, but this is something that is me being a vet. If I was like, I wouldn't wear this to like in the war. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I reserve that for G-Shock, Casio. That's all day, all day. I need something that's not gonna give off any reflection whatsoever. So I wouldn't get that. It's too polished. But in garrison, if I'm sitting back or if I'm training or something like that in classrooms, this would be a watch that I would wear. I would rock this on a regular basis, man. On a regular basis, most definitely. I'll tell you another watch. This one right here, this Jack Mason. This one has Vickers of 1200, so it's going to have a great look for years to come, and it's going to kind of repel some of the scratches of everyday wear. But here's the thing about this watch. This one is discontinued. I believe this one is sold out. And it's the straddle timer, in which the one that just took off. Here's the downside to this watch. If you were to go over there right now as a new collector or a seasoned collector, and you say, hey, I like Jack Mason, but look at the options, because for one, you're talking about two different companies. This company uses Miyota movement. This one uses Miyota movement. This one right here, for what you get, $500 tops, right? That's what I paid $499 for this one. I think it went up to like $549. This one right here starts at $750, I think. And if you get the bracelet, it was like $800, which I did get the bracelet, a little bit over 800, like 825 or whatever. And you have to be a fan of Jack Mason. And all of that. But then I don't have my Dufresne. Dufresne does not give the same amount of Vickers to this, but they have a different design language. So if you're looking for specific characteristics of a watch, you have to do your research. Would I buy another Jack Mason? I would love to get another. I would shoot. There's a couple of Jack Masons I would like to get, but then there's so many other watches that's like, yo, you can get what Jack Mason is doing in this watch. There's other companies that are doing it, minus the Vickers, but they're doing it and it's cheaper. So I'm like, oh, so I can get a watch and a half. I can get this in a G-Shock. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where my mind goes, and that doesn't degrade the quality or the functionality of this watch. I'm just looking at it from a consumer standpoint. I want to get more. I want to get more bang. And that's the name of the game. That's not to say that when you see a watch, and I just saw Breitling reviews, I'm like, God, dog, the watch ain't even barely touched ground yet, and you guys are already talking about how this watch can be better. Blows my freaking mind. Rolex, the predictions. People that predicted what Rolex should be doing or what they want to do or whatever. And I think that's a great conversation, is having these prediction talks, right? But then when Rolex come out with something, they brought out a watch that was considered a gold brick or the Invicta style. I'm like, that fits a crowd. And I actually saw that watch in the wild. I saw the Deep Sea. That thing is a thick piece of metal, man. And it's a huge flex, because ain't none of us going that deep, man. Come on, bro. Let me get into the courts. Let me get into the conversation real quick. Oh, man. Here we go again. He's busting out new. I'm wearing. Oh, come on, bro. These watches dirtball old, bro. Like these watches, I've shown these watches so many times. You and me can't afford new watches like him. Jay Jones, man, put yourself on timeout. For some reason, I want a CWC RN. Oh, look, man. So you know I'm gonna have to look this watch up, nerd. I have to look this up because I don't know. Well, you really got me, man. You gonna have me researching, man. I have to go to work early today. About to get promoted already, but not sure if I want to spend $800 on a quartz dive watch. Price is relative, though, nerd. Here's the deal, man. I don't know, man. Like you. That's something that you have to come up with, you know. And don't take this rant as me complaining about people that's reviewing watches and giving their honest opinion, because some people are giving their honest opinion, but it just seemed like, if you ain't got it in hand, I'm not listening to you. But nerd, here's the deal. Based on the watches that you have in your collection right now, currently, you have to go through a checklist, man. How does this watch? How do I identify with this watch? Do I really want it? Is it going to fill a void in my collection? On my thumbnail, I said never satisfied. I am never satisfied, man, because I'm like, hey, I'm good where I'm at. I don't have to collect another watch, and I don't. But it's fun doing it. You know, you guys know I'll pull up. I'll go drive up there to Trifecta just on the humbug. That's lame. Y'all know what I'm saying. And just sitting there, if you go in the shop, there's a specific smell when you walk in there. It's very comforting. Like, yo, this is crazy. And then I go straight to my favorite part of the case, which is the Hamilton and Tissot stand. And then next to that is long jeans. Boom, that right there. Yep, I always got this with me too. And I don't just carry my watches just for the sake of videos, man. I be switching my watches out throughout the day because I enjoy it, man. And I'm not gonna tell you that my watch collection is perfect for you, but it's perfect for me. And I don't want to sway anybody's decision on watches, man. But again, how many people you guys have been rocking with me for so long? Y'all know I've talked about Visitor before, and you got this lacquered dial, man. Looks like wet ink, and the camera is not doing it justice, man. Oh man, like, yo, this thing is sick, and it's not a screw down crown, but that's okay. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, exhibition case back, screwed on case back. You got some information on the back to tell you what the watch is. I just like that watch, man. And then what I think is a nice touch is how visitor is sitting right above the date. And that man, visitor loom is sick too. All right, let me get back to the chat. It's wearing old graffiti magnums. Come on, Trap. I found Olsen I had right before I came home. Still working. Man, promotion equal more watches. Sup, people? What's happening, bro? Thanks. Me never satisfied. Always one more watch. It's always one watch. And I think Jody, man, that was perfect. That was a perfect slogan. Welcome to just one more watch. Because, dude, are you ever satisfied with what you got in your collection? You know, if you got the money or not, whatever. And I'm going to tell you this, man. He's selling again. I'm not selling nothing, bro. Get out of here. I need a visitor eventually. You do. I'm going to just say it. Because how you review and do watches, man, and the companies that you have gravitated towards, I believe you will definitely enjoy Visitor, and I can't wait to see what Visitor's coming out with. Visitor got something, yeah. I know Visitor got, he posted it on Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, buddy. I am a huge fan of Visitor. I dig it, you know. So, but didn't get like Jay Jones yet. He is like Pookie from New Jackson. It just keep calling me, man. It's calling me, man. Man, bro, come on, nerd. Oh my gosh, that blue do pop, man. You know, but with that said, y'all, I am a huge fan of watches, regardless, and I'm a huge fan of some channels that they touch the watch, they show you, and they keep it moving. And of course, they're gonna give their opinion on it. They supposed to. They do their journalistic duty. All channels aren't created equal, right? They're not. But this is just my opinion on the matter. I am like, you guys are crazy. Some of the people on YouTube are just, man, I'm like, you don't have to just throw stuff out there, man. Your influence is already there, you know. And it's funny, like our views change over time. You know, at one point, you know, you were collecting a certain watch or collecting a certain way. And the more you come across watches, you can get sort of callous towards this, because once you start experiencing watches, and that's all you're doing, like on a constant basis, boom, boom, boom. You do what you do as a family person, or whatever you do in your job as a professional or whatever. But then if you are diving in, and this is directed towards YouTubers. If you are constantly looking at watches, looking at invoices, looking at specs, and looking at all this stuff can just be like, can jumble, and just be like, God, dog, you know. Sometimes, you know, like I have to step away from the camera. I have to step away from the watches, which I still enjoy. But it's not long for me. It's not long for me. And you guys know what I just went through and what I'm still going through. I'm diving into my passion, what I love, and I enjoy not just the watches. I enjoy the aspect of community. That within itself is amazing. That is amazing. And I think sometimes people kind of forget that. I don't know. Or ask yourself this question: how does your watch apply to everyday life? You know, or for example, Sam Martin, that I don't even know what number it is, man, but it's the one that'll remind you. I mean, it's like a natural, original design, and it will kind of remind you of what is that? Grand Seiko, right? It kind of reminds you of Grand Seiko, the colorways and stuff like that, and then it's the textured dial. I think that watch will be perfect for vacations and for somebody that loves color, somebody that loves flexing. You know, like you want to match your shoes to your I think those watches are perfect for that. And that's not talked about. You know, like, what would be the setting for this? Jay, you asked me earlier, man, dude, if you like suits or just throwing on a blazer, man, with your jeans and stuff like that, bam. This right here, man, this sucker right here will, address the room, and then people like, what is that? And I've had this on. I've had this watch on, and people like, yo, what is that? I'm like, it's Visitor, baby. Visitor. I said, yeah, it's Indiana based, bro. Go check it out, man. I'm pulling up the website, man. That's me all day. That is me all day. I've worn this watch out because you just don't see an all white watch coming out. You're like, what in the world? Yeah, yeah. That thing right there. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. But like, I respect those that, especially this week, that did the entire AliExpress. Like from last week, I'll say go back 14 days ago. Everybody that has contributed with the AliExpress sales, I commend you because you gave people an option, an opportunity to go look at a watch that they like. And again, shoot, I'm not knocking homage pieces. I'm not. I think homage pieces are necessary in a lot of, man. I give you an example real quick. Big Money Jerry, Mark just reviewed the Zellos. Yeah, I saw that. I literally just saw that before I went live. It's no secret. Hold on. Let me get back to the comment I was about to make. I went out to an event. Went to a game. Who was it? Gosh, when was that? 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago, the Pacers were playing the Bulls. Buddy of mine from church said, Trap, you want to go to a Pacers game? I got tickets. Here you go. All right, I went down there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm in my head about stuff. Y'all know what it is. I'm just sitting there. And I said, let me go over. I went and got me a beer, got me some chicken fingers, and just sat back and watching the game. But everybody that walked past, I'm looking at their wrists. One dude, he had a Submariner on. I was like, ooh, that's nice. Another guy walked past, he had a Boulevard on. Some other guys walked past, and they had those mall specials where it looked like a Patek, and one looked like a Cartier, but it was just all these big old crystals and stuff. It was super shiny, and I was like, but that's the thing though. There are channels that review DH-Gate based watches. It's in a whole different realm. It's not in this realm that we work in. It's not in our circle because these people praise fake watches. These people praise those DH-Gate specials, which DH-Gate is similar to AliExpress. But they don't absorb watches in the same way we do. They will say, hey, this watch is perfect for you. You can get this watch for $50. You got a quartz movement, man. This thing is like the best. And it'll even pass on a diamond tester. So I imagine that there's, sapphire, whatever the case is. But somebody like us, somebody in here, or one of those big YouTubers, man, they'll light this stuff up, man. I just saw a channel, and I'm not even subscribed to the channel, but I imagine it tagged, or not tagged me, but it YouTube put it in my timeline because I talked about Invicta as much as I did, and there's a big time YouTuber that he was talking about replacing it or getting all Invicta type of collection, right? Go to the comment section, or don't go to the comment section. You're gonna do it anyway if you find out what I'm talking about. People, now it's funny to have people ask questions like, how can people wear Invicta? It's not for you. It's not for you to try to figure out. Hey, how you doing? It's not because right now, like, your comments, will offend somebody. At this point, man, I've talked about it so much, and people said as much as they said about me. I have a video right now, a short, talking about a watch, the Gladiator. 56,000 views on that one. That is my most watched video. And you gotta understand that there are some negative comments in that thing. I'm talking about negative. Don't let it bother me. I'm like, all right, whatever. That leather strap looks like good quality, man. Brother, man, this thing is supple. Hey, but like, look at that though, man. Like, that design, bro. He designed that, bro. His hardware is crazy. This watch is sick, bro. Man, the design on Visitor is nuts, bro. It's nuts. Like, that's one of those where if I can only collect from one microbrand, or no, that's sinful. I can't even say that. If I can only collect from 5, I'm gonna just say that. 5 microbrands. Visitor will be at the top of my list to collect from. Yep, I said it. that will be at the top of my list to collect from. Now, I would say value proposition and style. I gotta go get at the Zellos, bro. Like Zellos is like stupid, stupid. Hold up, this watch right here. Hey, and trust and believe, you got like 4, maybe 3.5 days left before that new piece, that G1 is coming out. And guess what? That wasn't even on my radar to get, man. And guess who's getting one? This guy. Yes, right. Listen, I'm buying it, man. I take my glasses off of that one, bro. I'm getting that watch, bro, like hands down. Because you don't understand, this thing has so much flavor. And I know, see, some people got their hands on it or they saw it or whatever the case is, and that is perfectly fine. I was happy with just seeing the still pictures of that watch. The fact that it has a power reserve on it and it looks like a gas tank, I was sold on that. I'm looking at the, like, what you get for the price, because like that is the most amazing thing. So this is what, again, I go back to these watch reviewers are like, man, why y'all chopping? Like, you guys are never satisfied. Never satisfied. And then you come back with videos talking about what the industry's changed. Guess what? You helped build this industry. You help build how people think. You are an influencer. And then you come out with one video to try to offset your years of you gatekeeping. And I'm just throwing it out there because that's words that these people have used in their videos. Can't stand gatekeepers, but I'm like, you do realize people call y'all gatekeepers. I don't know them at all. And they may be the sweetest and nicest people in the world. Don't matter. I can tell you what your videos say. I can tell you, because I'm a consumer, I watch. And some of these people, I will still watch them, even though they're not satisfied. And they're not happy with what's going on. I still watch their videos because I think that, they do add value to YouTube, and it is a great conversation. It's like a give and take, ebb and flow type of deal. I'm complaining, I'm ranting about it, man. There's people that's rented it and complained about me before. Still do it. He will in the future, and that's fine. We can keep it, but let's keep it here. Let's keep it here. I would shudder the thought of somebody getting that upset to where they will literally yell at you if they see you and be in your face. I'm like, yo, bro, for real? Bro, you never going to put the bracelet on it. I'm trying, bro. I promise. It's now, you talk about supple now, and I'm not even trying to be funny, bro. I promise you, this strap is so freaking comfortable. I went to sleep with this thing on. I was so satisfied, man. Oh my gosh. This thing is buttery soft, man. It's so flexible. And it's white, bro. I love it, man. That's crazy. I've never owned a watch that was like, I did have a watch, and it was cheap. This thing, man, look how thick that thing is, man. And then you got that right there, and that fits perfectly inside there, man. Man, bro, don't talk to me about no watches, bro. Don't talk to me. I'm sorry, don't talk to me, man. Y'all out there complaining about these watches and what's perfect. Oh yeah, the watch is great, but if it had just a small of this or a smidge that, you know what? Keep it moving. Go find a watch that has those dimensions and things that you want. Gosh. And you quit trying to force me to think like you. Because I'm sitting there listening to them subliminal messages, man. Quit trying to change me. Stop it. I ain't going for it. I'm sick of y'all trying to bully me into purchasing or ignoring a watch because you don't think it's right. Man, Breitling, like I said, Breitling just released that watch, and then it's all the reviews, and I'm like, God dog. Yo, Bob Cohen, man, what's going on? Yo, welcome in. Whoever just walked in. He's like Billy Morton and Victor Shop. Oh man. So on one wrist I have on my Hamilton Khaki King, which is my guide in my everyday, and on this wrist right here I have on Nomadic Mirage, which is a banger. It's a banger, one of the best. And this thing, man, shout out to Peter and the team, because what you did was capture the watch that it pays honor to, like the original dive watch, Rolex, right? Rolex, right? Rolex. I said it 3 times so that, like, because I got Rolex in the thing. Again, if you got here, I don't want you to think clickbait. I saw you put Rolex in there. Yeah, there's no Rolex, but there is a nod to Rolex. And why not copy a design that is proven, but then put your own spin on it? This thing is wrapped around the Titanic. You feel what I'm saying? Like this thing represents Belfast, and Belfast has just like wrapped their arms around the idea of this brand. And look at that rotor. Look at that, man. And everybody can interpret, like if you look at, what's crazy? The one thing about Nomadic, I never researched the Titanic outside of watching that long, dry, stupid movie of the Titanic. Yes, and I'm calling it. I need action. I like guns. Like if there was somebody that like pirates that invaded Titanic, I would, man, that'd have been so dope. But again, I get it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a true story. And then, like everybody's, like me personally, I'm like, Rose, you're a selfish individual because you could have let that man on there, man. Like, you selfish woman. Anyway, this had me going down the history of the Titanic. And I found out that the Titanic had a whole floor dedicated to, it had a post office, right? That's like, it was, what is that? The RMS, right? The Royal Mail Steamer. This thing was built. Yes, it inhabits and carries people. It brought people over from overseas, brought them over here to America. Some fled up to Canada. Like there's a whole history behind the Titanic, and it started in Belfast, where this ship was built. In the Nomadic, a seafarer, the Marai, would take people and mail over to the Titanic because they didn't have anywhere for that huge ship to dock. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. So yes, they brought their own history to this thing, and this company had me researching, and I found out more about the Titanic. I found out about the celebrity that was on there, the guy that got off the ship, life was saved. He got a phone call before. Man, it seems like a setup. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? Like the conspiracy theories of it, which again, that's another rabbit hole, and that's all this. That's why another reason why I like this watch. Now you can't wear the heritage on your wrist. I guess you could. Take it off and look at that, man. How many people lost their lives, you know what I'm saying, on this ship? And it's like, man, dude. And they started a company based off of that, man. I think Nomadic as a whole, man, the team over there is amazing. So again, I would stand behind this, and this is a watch that I would not get out. I would not let go. I'm not gonna let go of this watch. And trust me, I had 2 people ask me about this watch. Bro, you gonna ever sell it? No, absolutely not. Hey, they got them on sale over there. Well, they not on sale, but like, you can buy them. Yeah. Should I click the like button? You have to answer that question, bro. If you like it, man, hey, click it. If not, I understand. I said this yesterday on the live, man. I'm an acquired taste, man. I get it. I was checking your picks on Watch Crunch. We have some of the same watches. Trap, nah. You trying it all, gang? That bracelet still have plastic on it. You won't even let it breathe. Come on, man. Okay. You got a test tomorrow. I appreciate you coming over with all blissful ignorance in there listening while I build this load of lumber. Good luck. Yeah, man. Good luck on that test, man. 2 pieces on this wrist. Mine's had cobwebs. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Trap, did you know that Titanic had a pop-up shop that sold in Victoria? What? Wow, man. Is that... Wow. Hey, man. Yeah, bro. Wearing a Barberry field watch, black dial, titanium because of Trap buying one. Hey, man, and get this, man. I think the Barberry, Bowdary. The Bowdary is a nice watch, man. I've seen them. I do like the flatter design they have. And I'll try another one. I'll try another one, man. But you know what? It's gonna have to wait because do y'all know what's on the? There's so many watches on the horizon and so little money to spend it, man. Cause, dude, there's vacations, there's other things that you want to do, man. But then there's watches, man. I know we enjoy this thing. This thing is amazing, right? Oh man, it's beautiful, dude. I'm past my time, but hold on, I gotta finish this. Man. I am looking at so many different watches, man. Traska is one, and Traska is not talked about, but Traska does Vickers. They got Vickers on their stuff too, right? And I'm like, yo, that company is amazing. There's a couple of companies that I'm not. I saw it in person, and maybe I'll talk about it at one point in time. But when I go to this fair, so what's the next stop? Minutes and hours, and I'm going to, of course, y'all know I'm going live. Members, you guys will get a members only back scene, or yeah, whatever, behind the scenes. I say back scene, behind the scenes look. But then, of course, everybody else will get what I give you. But I do I appreciate the people that pay membership here, because that money is like it just gathers, and then we can just do something special for somebody, man. That is so dope, man. Doing stuff for other people, man. And I have to at this point, man, because hey, y'all listen, man, and this is real talk. My heart still broke, man. I like Chemo Zombies in the building. I told him I just did a members only live. I mean, not live, but a members only video. It's like 19 minutes or whatever the case is, almost 20 minutes long. And for the members that have the time to go watch it and stuff like that, I share some stuff which I'll share with you guys here, man. I had to run back to YouTube because I was hurt. I'm still hurt. My heart is still broken. I'm still angry behind what has happened to my family. My family means everything to me, right? We have our first, second, third loves and stuff like that. I know some of you guys are avid gun collectors. I know some of you guys are avid car collectors and stuff like that. Your vintage cars. Some of you guys are into cigars and stuff. And I know Watch Hangout, they do promotions for a cigar shop. There's so many different things that people are into that come secondary to your everyday life. But my family, though, my family is everything. And me getting through this hard time, or navigating through, man, this is tough. This is tough. And to answer the question that so many people ask, how could I come back to YouTube so fast? I would lose it. Which I almost did. Man, this is tough, man. Just trying to wrap your mind around that. It's something I pray that nobody has to experience this stuff, which people do on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? But like, I gravitate and dive into the watches, and so like I can do videos like this where I rant about people that's doing videos that I don't like. And they'll continue to do it, and people will continue to rise up and say stuff. I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna do. I know some people will put their pictures and yeah, I didn't hit the do not disturb. That's my fault. CNS straps. Anybody ever bought straps from CNS straps? I never have. I never have. I've never had the strap. But yeah. So I actually got to go. I just did. Okay, members, I just dropped the video. Like 4 minutes unboxing. I actually got the watches right here, because you see I got this on in that members only thing. And yeah, hold on, let me start putting my watches up, because I'm right down the street from the job. And I'll yeah, whatever. I gotta put my stuff back up. Who you talking about was on another level? I'm not on the level, bro. Like, yeah, Lone Ranger definitely on another level, but like me, man, bro, I'm barely making it out here. Barely making it, man. Y'all see? I mean, I only got watches like this. You know what I'm saying? Like heritage pieces, man. Like I'm gonna say cream of the crop though. This thing right here, man, a visitor, man. Phil, he doing his thing, bro. Yeah. And I bought this. This wasn't given to me either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can say there's no paid promotions in this video at all, because I don't have anything in my collection that I showed today that was given to me at all. Hey, these are watches that I believe in. I believe that you would enjoy actually having in your collection if you consider it. And I will say this to the people that are huge watches, like you like the bigger watches, man, I would say Spinnaker will curb that appetite, boy. Ooh, Spinnaker will curb that appetite. Now it's not as big as Invicta pieces, man, but they definitely juicy designs, man. Like there's still some brands out there. Islander, any watch that that fits at the 42 millimeter, I would say yeah, most definitely. But I know most Invicta collectors or Aragon is definitely a shoe in for those. That is the perfect watch to get for those that just have to have. And I would say this too. I hear the term that the small watches are back. Thank goodness, bro. Everybody's not looking to have a small watch. And you're saying the majority of the industry? How do you know that? Where's the numbers? You guys keep saying that, guys and gals. I heard a lot of you guys say that. Show me. Where's the statistics at? I want to see the numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's honest. That's my honest opinion. I'm like, that's not. Yeah, it's not even opinion. Like, show me the proof. Show me the proof where more and more people, enthusiasts maybe, you may have a point on that one. Enthusiasts may want more and more of the smaller watches, but what about the consumer? The consumer is, hey, they outnumber the enthusiasts because some of them they're not even subscribed to YouTube, let alone this idea of whatever you guys are talking about. But whatever. If you're new here, I don't know who's that. Somebody said earlier, man, should you give a thumbs up? Hopefully you felt that, yeah, this is worth having a thumbs up. But if you felt that it wasn't, I appreciate you coming in and looking to see what we're talking about. Trap, the small watches never left. According to some of the YouTubers, they say they did. You saw what I'm wearing today. Hey, Vic got some heat on his wrist. I'm putting up, and this will be in an upcoming video, what I got from Amazon. It's definitely time to go because they doing a fire alarm. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. You're amazing. And y'all be blessed.